to the various groups. There are about 8 groups with 4 teams in each group. Let's first look at Group A. Group A has Palmeiras, which is from Brazil. It's got Porto in Europe from Portugal. It's got Al Ahly from Egypt, which is an African country. And then Lionel Messi's Inter Miami. This is a very intercontinental. So there's an African country, there's a European country, there's an American country, and then there's a South American. So there's North American and South American. And what do you make of the chances of Al Ahly? Let's look at the African contingent first of all, and then let's look at the other teams. What do you make of first Al Ahly's chances in this group?
Well, honestly, though, got to be think about it. Al Ahly obviously is the biggest chance Africa have in this tournament to progress to the next stage because of the way the team is being built, and the team is built for the big stages. Al Ahly is the most successful African team in the continent of Africa when it comes to winning titles and winning trophies and tournaments. So their mentality is tough. They're ready for challenges like this. So if they avoid injuries, I think Al Ahly will actually be a top contender in this group. I'm most likely maybe go to the back door and take the second spot. But for me, I think the first spot in this team definitely going to be FC Porto from Portugal.
What do you think separates Porto from the other teams? And for Palmeiras, they've got for Brazil, they've got a lot of footballing talent. They are a great nation. For Inter Miami as well, with the presence of Messi, Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, and the other Luis Suarez as well, that puts them in pole position. So it means it's going to be a very difficult group.
Well, let me break the group down for you. First of all, you understand that Palmeiras are the Brazilian team. Now they play the samba, exciting football. Very young, exciting team players. They have flair. They like to show up. They like to play good football. And the samba football is all what we enjoy. And the Portuguese are restrictive. They play the proper European style of football. They're very conservative. They know when to pass. They know when to progress going forward. And also when to progress going backward. I talked about Al Ahly. Al Ahly is an African team. They have very strong mentality. They have that never say die spirit. Technically, they might not really have a lot of talented, skillful players, but they have a strong mentality that goes on for them because they're used to tournaments like this. They know how to play in tournaments like this. Inter Miami, on the other hand, we know Messi, definitely the flag bearer for Inter Miami. Super exciting player, the best player in the world playing for Inter Miami. But on the other hand, you understand that age is not really on the side of Inter Miami right now because you have Sergio Busquets, you have Messi, and a few Suarez as well. Some of the big names are there. That might slow them, not because they won't play properly, but that might slow them in their progressive way in the group. So I'm taking FC Porto because Europeans naturally they have this tactical poise that might be an advantage for them over the other teams, and they have youth and compatibility as well on the team. So Porto to me is a favorite to go in that group. Then Al Ahly might slightly. It will be a competition between Al Ahly and Palmeiras, but it's going to be a difficult team to choose who exactly will go through with FC Porto in that group.
It's been interesting to see how this pans out subsequently in the following weeks. But let's look at Group B. That's got more European teams. There's the current winners of the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain. Then there's Atletico Madrid. Then there's Botafogo from Brazil, who just signed Joaquin Correa, who left Inter Milan to the club. Then there's also the Seattle Sounders. There are 2 European clubs and then 2 American, 1 North African, 1 South American. What do you make of the chances of these teams? Is it a very straight affair for the European giants, or you think there's a chance for the American counterparts?
Well, I think it's a smooth sailing for the 2 European teams in this group, man. Smooth sailing because PSG are the current UEFA Champions League winners, and we saw how they played Inter Milan in the final. More like humiliated Inter Milan, more like humiliated Inter Milan to win the UEFA Champions League trophy. So they have youth, they have skill, they have flair, they have everything going for them right now. PSG, so definitely number 1. On the other hand, Atletico Madrid is a team. They're very gritty. Their coach Simeone, their team, they like to go hard. They are very dirty. They play ugly football. They are more concentrated on getting 3 points and getting the points going forward. They don't care how they make this point. They just want to get the point. So they are a spoiler when it comes to this group, and they will definitely do anything that's going to cost them to qualify. Botafogo, on the other hand, is going to play exciting football, but might not really have enough bites to take them through to their end. Seattle Sounders, American team, MLS pride. played has won many tournaments as well for MLS, and also they have won the MLS Cup as well. But when it comes to this, it's going to be difficult for them. They're a very good side, no doubt about it. But just because we have Portugal, FC, PSG, and Atletico Madrid in that group, it's going to be just them. PSG one, Atletico second.
Well, let's then move to Group C. That's very interesting in terms of PSG and Atletico Madrid there. But let's look at Group C. That's got Bayern Munich, that's got Oakland City, that's got Boca Juniors from Brazil, and then Benfica from Portugal. So 2 European countries, 1 South American, and then I think Oakland is from Australia there. What do you make of the chances of these teams? You think it's a straight affair for the European teams, or you think that Boca Juniors have got a chance against these top European clubs? Owing to the fact that Boca Juniors have got Edison Cavani, got Marcos Rojo, other former players from big-time clubs who are now playing in the Argentine league.
You understand, first of all, like the culture of the Argentines is different. When it comes to tournament, every Argentine team is dangerous when it comes to any kind of tournament. So it's not going to be straight affair for the European teams in this, but definitely Bayern Munich would be the number one pick to go through for me. And when it comes to second, it's going to be between Boca Juniors and Benfica for different ways. Benfica is going to come with the European flair normally, but Boca Juniors are going to come with the South American greats, which is also very dirty and also very tricky. We know how the Argentines are when it comes to getting points. They play tricky football. They play with so much skill, and they are very, very tactical when it comes to compatibility in the midfield. And that might be difficult for Benfica to break in. So just going between Benfica and Boca Juniors to come in second place. Well, Bayern Munich for me goes to my number one spot.
Honestly, you seem to trust Bayern Munich too much, especially looking at how
and also very tricky. We know how the Argentines are when it comes to getting points. They play tricky football. They play with so much skill, and they are very, very tactical when it comes to compatibility in the midfield. And that might be difficult for Benfica to break in. So just going between Benfica and Boca Juniors to come in second place. Well, Bayern Munich for me goes to my number one spot.
Honestly, you seem to trust Bayern Munich too much, especially looking at how the first season has gone under manager Vincent Kompany. Not too convincing at some point in the season. It seems the players are now gelling to his team. Manuel Neuer was in and out of the team. Thomas Muller out of the team and back. The team seems to be now in a transition phase. I'm not too sure about of this Bayern Munich team, but you seem to have placed a lot of faith in this team. Are you sure that they can do the job and place first?
Yeah, he can. First of all, you understand the fact that Bayern Munich is the German team. German teams are always going to be dangerous regardless of how bad they play. And when it comes to tournament, they have this tournament mentality. They know how to play tournaments and know how to get those points. So it doesn't matter whether they had a bad season or not. As you also know, Kompany is a new coach. He's still trying to understand the players, trying to understand his team, and they are gradually getting there. But first of all, you need to investigate or go deep into the Bayern Munich team as a whole. It's one of the most talented team in this tournament. They have so much talent in the group. No doubt some older players are retiring, but the names of the younger players coming up to take the roles of these guys, you can tell that they are very good and they are capable of making the Bayern Munich to the next level.
Well, so that's Group C there. You seem to have placed a lot of focus and faith in Bayern Munich. We hope that they reciprocate your faith you've placed in them. Let's look at Group D. That's got Flamengo, the Brazilian team there, who recently signed Jorginho to their club. We've got an African team in the Esperance de Tunis, a very big club in terms of African football. Esperance de Tunis here representing Africa. Then they've got the 2021 Champions League winners Chelsea, and then we've got Lyon representing North America. What teams do you favor a reckon that they could make it? I think you would admit Chelsea stand the chance here, but which other team do you think can join Chelsea? And looking at the squad list of Chelsea, do you think they could top such a group?
Well, first of all, we look at Group D, and you just mentioned the teams in Group D. Esperance, for me, though, I love Esperance. They're a very, very good team, but I want to be honest, their group is kind of brutal because you have Chelsea, you have Flamengo. Flamengo plays amazing samba football for Brazil, and you have LAFC, one of the best clubs in the MLS. One of the teams that can really rival or challenge European teams in this tournament is LAFC. So for me, Chelsea, on the other hand, Chelsea is definitely going to top the group. But another issue now is Chelsea really going to show up? We know Chelsea have all the through this seasons they have shown a lot of inconsistency when it comes to performance. This week they're performing good, the other week they're performing out, but they're still squeezing to win a trophy. So what that means that they already are they're what's it called? They're a tournament team. They have a tournament mentality because you understand also that playing your league and playing the tournament is a different kind of mentality. What you show over there different from how you show it in your league. But Chelsea has proved that they can perform. So if they decide to show up, Chelsea is not just going to be in this group. They have the talent to be contenders of this cup. But the issue now is, are they going to turn on? That's the big question. On the other hand, Flamingo and LFC will decide the second spot. For me, I will definitely be routing for LFC, but Flamingo definitely is a dangerous team because of the flair. They pull it through as well.
Well, interesting thoughts from Group D there. Let's head to Group E. That has River Plates of Argentina. It's got URA Reds, I think, and then Monterrey, which plays in the Mexico, and then the current Champions League finalists, Inter Milan, who were humiliated 5-0 at the hands of Paris Saint-Germain. They've changed their coach. Their former coach Simone Inzaghi is gone to Al Hilal, who will also be present there. Now Christian Kivu, their former player and former Parma coach, is now in charge of Inter Milan. What do you make of Inter Milan's chances? A new coach in a new season, and their players almost demoralized by their 5-0 defeat at the hands of PSG in the final, and their second final Champions League defeat in the last 2 years. What do you make of Inter's chances?
Well, Inter is a great team. Anytime, any day, they're packed full with the players of I can't remember his name right now. But Inter Milan definitely is a team that you saw how they played Barcelona qualifying for the final. More like people say that the qualification for the final was the final before the final, and they used all their energies and talent to play the semi-final. They won out before the final came in. But in all round, Inter Milan is a very, very strong team. Inter Milan definitely will be top in this group. Who is going to be following is going to be River Plate and Montreal. Montreal is a Spanish, it's a Mexican team. They're a very team with a lot of tradition, and over the years they have also be able to prove their CONCACAF continent very proud because of how they have performed and the kind of titles they have won. But River Plate is just, as I said, Argentine teams are teams that they're just like Brazilian teams. You can never truly write them off because they just have that something. They have that special ingredient that can change a game like this. So it also depends on how they turn up. But Inter Milan definitely will be my number one pick for that group.
Interesting there. It must be said that Montreal playing the Mexican League, and they've also got former Real Madrid defender and captain Sergio Ramos as one of their players there. So it's got to show their intentions and their pedigree. We hope to see how they will perform in Group E. Let's move away from Group E and let's head to Group F. There's got Fluminense, another Brazilian team in there. We've got Borussia Dortmund, who just signed Joe Bellingham. And then we've got Ulsan HD, and then an African giant, Mamelodi Sundowns as well. Unfortunately, they suffered defeat in the CAF competitions a few weeks ago. And so Fluminense, Dortmund, Ulsan HD, and Mamelodi Sundowns, who do you think makes the top two in this group?
Well, for me, definitely no Borussia Dortmund will be number one of my peak to go through in this group as number one. But also, you need to understand that I think Mamelodi Sundowns actually has a hope to qualify from this group because, but if you check about how Mamelodi Sundowns play, they play very fast attacking football and they are fearless. So that bringing that kind of mindset or mentality into this tournament will be able